Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Give you a little fist bump and say howdy. Okay, our subject for today is selling and having confidence in your selling process. What did he say? I said selling. How to have confidence in your selling process. You know, here's the thing. You know, I've been in sales in one form of capacity since the 80s. Yeah, it's been a little while ago. And see, things that I've learned in my life as far as sales, as a salesperson is concerned, is that you're going to have a selling process. You're going to go to work for a good company. You're going to work for somebody that's going to teach you the basics, the fundamentals, and the things that you need to do to have a selling conversation with your customer. And the topic for today is selling and having confidence in that process. See, listen, there's been a lot of people who've gone way before us who've been selling our products for a long time. Now, if it's a brand new product, that's a little bit different. But you still should remember that you should have faith in your process. The process when you first start, when you get a company, go to a company, you're just getting into the field of sales, is that they're going to break it down for you. They're going to show you, give you a little rah-rah, tell you how great things are and everything, and then they're going to walk you through a process. They're going to talk to you about the fundamentals, how it breaks down, how your piece of equipment or whatever you're selling works. And then they're going to talk to you a lot of times about, being confident to be able to go out there and sell something. They're also going to walk you through the process of the features of your product, the different things that your product can do, and also the benefits behind that. That's a process. The benefits are basically what's in it for the customer. Now, you may be going to a new company and you're having to start all over in another selling career, and you're going to have to go through the same thing. You've been there and done that, but see, the key to success is to act like it's all brand new. You know, our subject for today is selling and having confidence in your process. You know, they say you can't teach old dogs new tricks. That's baloney. You can teach an old dog new tricks. All you got to do is see that he's starving. And if he's starving, he's going to be wanting to do whatever you got to tell him. But the key to success in this regard is selling and having confidence in your selling process. You know, if you're going to a company, like I said, they're going to give you some basic information. They're going to teach you, how to have a conversation with the customer. They're going to kind of break it down for you. And a lot of times you have to be confident that you can do it too. You have to have confidence in the process because you've got people who've been with your company for probably quite a while that are doing really, really good. Now, you got your mediocre people who aren't so confident because they haven't looked outside the box. They're still inside the box and they're trying to figure out, how to sell something. But see, the top producers, they figured it out. And see, what you're going to find is that your management has a vested interest in you, so they want you to do real good. So the key to success in this regard is to buddy up with the management. I ain't saying brown nose them. Yes, I've done it before. It's not to brown nose them, but to ask them pertinent questions, good questions, and get them to be your ally. And now an ally is your friend. So I ain't talking about your friend to go to your house and hang out with you, but somebody who's got you back in a time of need. And management, they want you to do good. Now, I'm sweating right now because it's getting ready to be fall here in Florida, and I got the air conditioner down so I can have this conversation. But see, selling and doing your process and having a process, like I said, management they got you back, man. They need for you to produce, so they're going to be able to help you, especially if you have a lot of questions. I'm one of them kind of people, if you're a salesperson of any weight, you're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to want to write those things down. I carry a little book with me, so that way, if I have any new questions about my products, I write it down, because I ain't always going to have that memory. Some people got memory like an elephant, but most folks, we don't. We need to write stuff down that's pertinent to what we're trying to learn. And you have to have confidence that the information that they're going to give you is going to help you. Now, see, you got to figure out how to put it all together. Now, a lot of times they might walk you through a situation where, I've worked for some really good furniture companies in the past, and what they'll do is they'll let you do a presentation and you work on your presentation. A lot of companies let you do that, and the reason why they want you to do your presentation so it becomes easy for you to digest and also easy for you to regurgitate, to spit it out, to be able to share it. And if you work on that process, you'll be able to get better and better and better. It just makes a lot of sense. I'm still to this day talking to myself. I record myself all the time trying to have a conversation about a particular product because, see, I like to listen to what I'm saying. Now, if you have that capability, if you're recording your conversation when you're talking to these people that you're training with, it's a really great idea. So that way you can say, oh, I need to work on this. Oh, I need to work on that. Because, see, a lot of times we just start talking, we don't remember what we say. But remember, you got to follow your selling process. You got to really try to get that under wraps because, see, if you have a little book like I got right there, see that right there? That's a little book that I carry with me. So when I'm out selling and stuff, I talk to myself and say, well, what could I have done better? What do I need to improve on? How can I have a better conversation? And the same thing goes when you first start with a new company or selling a new product. You got to have the process down. You got to know how to have a conversation, a selling conversation. You got to know how to say hello, and then you need to go through the process, features, benefits, what's in it for the customer, and you have to learn how to close. You got to ask for the order. Did you want to go ahead and get that? And just go for it, buddy. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you've got a captive audience, that means somebody that you ain't putting in handcuffs, but somebody who's actually listening to you, and you're giving them the questions and answers. You're asking them great questions. You're giving them a process. You're talking about your product. You're going to do really, really good. But see, the key to success in this regard is having confidence in your process. The only way to really get confidence in your process, you can practice all you want, but eventually you're going to have to get your feet wet. Now that means you got to go out there and talk to customers. That means you're going to get some rejections. You're going to get people say, no, I don't need it, because they don't know. They just don't know that they need it until they have a conversation with you. And a lot of times in selling, we get a little frustrated, and a lot of times people quit the business of selling because they don't get that magic moment. They don't get that aha, dang, I can sell. I really, really can. And see, I'm going to say this to you. It's a process, man. It really is. It's a process, and you have to have confidence in your selling process. If you don't have confidence in your selling process, you're going to end up just, it's just going to be hard for you. And they got an old saying, fake it till you make it. I say pray it till you make it. Pray it till you make it. Sometimes we need an outside source to give us some confidence. And you remember, listen, you're going to have people tell you you can't sell. Oh, man, you shouldn't get not sales stuff. You can't make no money off of that. Baloney. Don't believe it. It's a bunch of hogwash. You can do anything you put your mind to, because that's what my mom always tells me. She always told me that, and I believe it. Because, see, when you put your heart into something and you learn the selling process about your equipment, about the company that you work for, you can feel confident that you can sell something. But see, like I said, if you don't feel confident that the product that you're selling is a good fit for you, don't quit the field of selling. Go try to find another type of selling particular product. Go learn about another product. There's so many different products that you can sell. It's just unbelievable. I mean, like I said, I've sold all kinds of different things in my life. I've sold furniture, electronics. I've sold every kind of a guarantee, warranty, extended maintenance agreement. I have sold just a lot of stuff. I've helped a lot of people get insurance, and I've helped a lot of people help them with their finances. And here's the thing, guys. If you are a person who cares about making a difference, selling is a great opportunity. You can make the most money in this particular field as sales because, see, there is no cap. Now, you might be working in retail, and they do have caps, but there's a lot of businesses that you can do where there is no cap. I mean, unlimited amount of money, because we work what they call on straight commission mostly. And if you get a hold of this process, this doggone, I mean, you have to have faith. I believe that you can do this. Give you a little fist bump and say, yes, you can. Yes, I can. We can sell something. But our total subject for today is selling and having confidence in our selling process. That's a big one right there. Because, see, a lot of times people give it lip service. They say they believe in it. They say. But here's another question. If you're selling something, a lot of times if you have the capability to own that product and you don't own that product, I ain't saying if you're selling 747s that you should own one, or if you're selling pool services or pool stuff and you ain't got a pool, there's a little bit difference. But if you're out there selling furniture and stuff and you ain't never bought nothing from the company you work for, or if you got insurance, I mean, you're selling insurance and you don't own any insurance, that's a little not too good. You got to look at that and go, dang, because they're going to give you excuses why people can't buy. But if you've put your little money where your mouth is and you've invested in those particular products and services, you're going to be able to sell it, because they're going to give you all kinds of objections. But you have to remember, you have to follow the selling process, and it'll make you feel more secure. You got a little skin in the game, baby. You got a little bit of skin in the game. You're going to get real good at it. You're going to be able to say, yeah, I know, but let me tell you why you need to go ahead and get it. Saying, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all, and a lot of stuff that folks don't talk about when they selling, and I really do, because I'm a real salesperson, and I tell on myself when things ain't working, and I've seen the good and I've seen it bad. Our subject for today is selling and having confidence in your process. Remember, listen, once you get out there on your own, you're going to have to start selling. Sometimes you got to look outside the box and get some additional assistance. That's why you've got all these YouTube channels and all these places where you can get information on how to close sales, ask questions, just in life in general. Because, see, most of the stuff that, I share with you, I share all different aspects of sales, from the selling point of views to also the techniques, but also about what goes on in the selling career, what's going on with, life in general as a salesperson. And see, remember, selling, it's a process. I didn't think, when I first got into sales, I was a door-to-door salesman, that many, many, many years later that I'd still be selling. I was just having fun. I was making a lot of money, and it just became my process. And I've worked for some companies who went out of business. They were good companies that had been in a long time, and unfortunately, things happen, and then new things and new products come out. But see, here's what's cool. And because I've been in sales for so long and I've been doing it, it's a process. And I know how valuable salespeople are. We really are. We make the world go around. And if you don't believe that, you need to think about it. When's the last time you bought something? Did you go to the store and buy something today? Did you get you a cup of coffee? Did you go out there and get you some gum? Are you driving a car? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live in a house? Everything needs to have somebody sell it, some form or another. And a lot of people, they say, I ain't no salesman. Yeah, everybody's selling something, either a good attitude or a bad attitude. And, your confidence in your selling process means that, hey, listen, you're going to do more than the average Joe. A lot of times people, they'll get a little bit of information. They'll get out there and they'll start selling. Sometimes they do real good. But then you got a lot of people that need to learn more than what's in their privy. You got to be able to look outside the box and see if there's other ways and means where you can learn about how to sell more. Because, see, selling is a great life. It's a great thing. But you have to have confidence that you can do it. You have to have confidence in your selling processes. And see, these companies we work for, they invest a lot of money in us to get real good. And then they have these things called expectations. What have you done for me lately? I don't care. I sell almost every single day, and some weeks, it's a little slower than others, but I try to sell something every day, and it's always the same thing. What else are you going to do, Gary? What else have you sold? How much more? But see, remember, I work for myself. You work for yourself. You may say, no, I don't. I work for a company. Yeah, you work for a company, but you work on straight commission. And that's what's the difference. A lot of people, they get a little paycheck whether they do their best or not. For us, if we do our best, we get paid money, honey. And if we don't, then, well, you have a little slim week, you have a little slow week, but then we have to get back on. We have to get back out there. We got to do the next right thing. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you some things that you really need to think about. And the key is having confidence in your process. Learn those basic things. Remember what I said. Record yourself doing your presentations. Write down those questions. If you're out in the field and you're talking to people and they're giving you objections and you can't close the sale, well, that's okay. write those objections down, because you'll end up getting them again. So it makes sense to go to your management and say, hey, can you help me answer these questions? What can I do? And believe me, there's been somebody who's already been there and done that, and they will walk you through the process. They'll teach you the fundamentals. And listen, guys, we're important and we matter. I just want you to know how important you are. You're a great salesperson. Even if you haven't gotten there yet, you will be. But you have to want it. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to work your process. You have to learn. Rome wasn't built in a day. It took a little bit of time. It took some time for us to. And it's the same thing as salespeople. When you get a new product or start a new job, you have a process that you have to go through to get more competent, to get better. So do me a favor, go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. We just had a great conversation today about selling and having confidence in our selling process. So go out there and have confidence that the knowledge that you have has been good enough, and you'll just start asking for the order. Did you want to go ahead and go with that? And you'll be surprised how people go, oh, okay, and write it up. So do me a favor, go out there and sell something. Remember, have confidence in your selling process. It works because you got to work it, baby. All right.